Namaste. Welcome back for another video. My name is Wyatt Staff. I am a professional life coach, mentor, and yoga instructor. And yes, I do all those things on YouTube. Okay, cool. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the concept referred to as reality construction. Essentially, reality construction implies, first of all, that the reality is yours alone. Now, without getting too far into any sort of spiritual paradigm, any sort of etheric paradigm, I will prove to you that the reality is yours alone. Everything around you is being interpreted by what? Your five or six senses, depending on who you ask. In the West, 5 senses, okay? Those 5 senses are taking in information, they're channeling that information, or they're delivering that information to the brain. In the brain, what's happening? That information is being decoded and interpreted so that you, the passenger inside, can have the experience of what the 5 senses are telling you. So at the end of the day, where is the reality being constructed? It's being constructed in the brain. Therefore, the reality is subjective because your brain is generating your perceived reality, your perceived experience. Therefore, all of this is just you. So even at the most fundamental physical level, this reality is a subjective experience of yours. And you may come to a point in your journey where you decide the reality that I'm living in is out of alignment with where I want to be. And that's where reality reconstruction comes in. Maybe reconstruction, reality construction, whatever. Why might somebody come to want to reconstruct the reality? Well, a moment ago I just said out of alignment, but I want to get like a little bit more literal with that. Like for me, pain has always been an obvious one. If you're suffering, you probably want to build a world in which you are not suffering. If you're having a great time, I doubt you're watching this video. If you're showing up in your life as your best self and you're truly enjoying everything you're doing and the days are just flying by and you're actualizing your highest timeline, then you're not watching this video, you're out there living. That's not you. You're here because you feel as though, there's something missing. There's like a zest to life that I just don't feel anymore, or I've just been ruined by a relationship, or I want to kill myself because I'm depressed, or on and on it goes. There's so many reasons why. I lost a loved one, so many reasons why you might be motivated to reconstruct a different reality around you, one that you feel as though would be much better suited to who you truly are, your authentic expression of what and who you are. So let's talk about the 4 steps in creating the reality now. Now that we know who we are and why we're motivated, we're going to talk about step 1, which is isolation. Okay, isolation is the first step in reality reconstruction. You can see it in the animals. Like anytime an animal, this is another, like I don't want to get too etheric, so it's really good that I'm here on the 3rd material example. And the animals, you can see like with a dog or a cat, if you have one of these and they've been sick or they've been injured before, what's the first thing they do? They isolate. Isolation is the first thing we need to do if we're trying to reconstruct the reality. And the reason why is we need to pull the energy out of the current reality. If your energy is in your current reality, then how on earth can you shift it? As long as your energy is in the current reality, you are keeping the current reality alive. You're keeping it alive through the people within it. So the friends, the family members, the acquaintances, the coworkers, the job. You're keeping it alive through the job, what you're actually doing on your day-to-day. You're keeping it alive through the places, like the park that you visit. You're keeping it alive through all of the things that make up the reality and make up your place in it, is being kept alive by you feeding your energy into those structures inside of your paradigm. So we have to pull the energy out. You got to get out of your daily routine. You have to get out of your friend groups. You have to get out of your family structures. You have to get out of everything that you're giving your energy and time to that is affirming your current state of reality, your current experience. Now, how do you do this? This can be really tough for some because some people are extremely invested in their realities to the point where they are not willing to isolate. So if you're absolutely not willing to isolate, then reality reconstruction will be more difficult and it'll be slower. If you're looking to reconstruct something but do it on a slower pace, then maybe this isn't the video for you. All these ideas after isolation can still be applied, but they're gonna move a lot slower than if you are willing to completely isolate. The idea is like, here's the reality, it's the box, you're the center point in the very middle. If you pull the box all the way into the center point and then you allow a new box to form around you, boom, you have a new reality. And it can be fairly instantaneous. In the course of a couple months, even in the course of a couple weeks, we can completely shift a reality around us by our willingness to isolate and go within. Now here's a couple suggestions if you are willing to isolate and you're not sure how. One of the ways in which I have done this is through volunteer programs, through temple retreats. Retreats are a great way to do this. Like if you know of a meditation center near you, or you know of a Vipassana course near you, like all of these allow for the opportunity for you to go into complete isolation, and someone will support you in your food and board, and then you can actually like live and go completely into an isolation to shift a reality around you. If we want the old reality to fall away, we have to step out of it. As long as we're in it, it can't fall apart. We have to let it fall. We have to let it die. The only way to do that is to step out of it. Number two, once we're actually stepped out of the old reality, we need to build a new reality. And the first way we do that, the way we plant the seed of the new reality, is through our intentions. Okay? Now for me, intention setting has always been super simple, and you can just take exactly what I'm about to say because you've heard it a million times already too. Just pull out the journal and start setting intentions. And get delusional. Like we're not, this video is not titled how to slowly shift over 10 years into the desired self. No, this is reality reconstruction. We are building new timelines. Complete new selves are going to emerge from these exercises if applied properly. So get delusional in the journaling. Now, where's a good place to start? In the journal, I've always started with the loves. So maybe write like 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 and start filling in the loves. And it could be anything. I love this person. I love mountain biking. I love this country. I love this, anything you love, just write it down. Write the things you love down, because the things you love the most in life, you're gonna wanna keep in from the old reality and bring it to the new reality. You're probably even gonna want to, in my case, I've done this twice in my life, and both times when I reconstructed into something new, I built the new based on the things I loved, because love will always be like a strong guiding force in your life. Whatever you love, whoever you love, matters most. It's so beyond an emotion. This is like an energy, it's like a current of existence is leading you into the things that you love for a much more important reason than just your preference as an ego. Like if you work with the things that you're truly passionate about, the things you truly love that are way outside of money, that are way outside of needs for the body or material this or anything, like you just work truly with what you love, you'll always be guided in a strong direction. Let's start with intention setting by writing out the things we love. And then from there we can start to like distill that down. So like for me, reconstructing this current reality I'm in, I wanted to include 2 of the things that I love most, which is teaching and yoga. And both those go together as a yoga teacher. As like, that's the thing I'm gonna probably spend a lot of my time doing. We can then right away from the list of loves, we can decide which one we're going to actually like have as a cornerstone or have as a pillar, a central theme to the new reality. All right, so journal. Just get delusional and write down everything, like write down the desired income in the new reality. Write down the perfect partner in the new reality. Write down the perfect team, the perfect experiences, the perfect travel destinations, the perfect, everything that you listed in the 10s, just start putting in like, okay, one of the things I love in my love list is snowboarding. All right, so in the new reality, the intention is to spend X amount of weeks out of the year on the slopes. Like one thing for me is like, I really value my mornings. Like I'm a morning person, I like getting up early. I like slower mornings. That's not true, I go back and forth. Because some mornings I like to rise and grind pretty hard. If it's a Sunday, I really value slow Sundays. Like I don't wanna go out on Sunday. So that's something that I wrote down as an intention to include in the new reality. Sundays are slow days. Slow coffee with the one that I love, maybe time with family, maybe a walk through the park, maybe just meditation all day, maybe some incense and some nice music. I don't know, you know? Those are the things that value to me. And then I just kept writing down what I want, all the intentions of the new reality. And these intentions, please get delusional as possible. Like do not look at where you currently are and write. Let where you currently are completely go. And then just take the things that really stand out from where you currently are and then put those in the intentions for the new reality. And then everything else can fall aside. We don't need to worry about any of that anymore. It's dying. All right, as of isolation, it's already started dying. And as of intention setting, you've already started to direct your energy into new timelines in which the old angst will not be accompanying you into. Number 3 is focus. So focus is so important. Like while in isolation and while setting intention, we need to consistently bring our focus back to what we're intending to create over and over again. Inside of this latest 3 months of isolation, I did journal sessions every single morning and evening, and sometimes even more than that. Guaranteed every morning and every evening, journal sessions of an hour, maybe even 2 hours, where I'm sitting with the intentions and I'm really working on like the manifestation part of this new reality, which is sitting with the intentions and feeling them, like feeling the loved one, like feeling the perfect partner, feeling her before she's even here, and getting delusional to the point where you know she's gonna arrive like soon. Like I can feel her in my dreams, she's coming in. Or get delusional with, okay, the job or the activities or the family. Like those are all very like Western ideals. We can even go further past that if you have something even further out there, but those are the common ones, right? So focus, focus, focus. Keep bringing the focus back to inside the isolation, what we're intending to build. Focus on it. Every day, focus on it as much as you can. And then if you can start to do some of those things, like if you're like, I want to learn the piano and there's a piano near you in your isolation, focus, get after, learn the piano. In my current reality construction, I wanted to learn the piano, and then I arrived at a place where, oh, look, there's a piano. You know, life is magical. Just open yourself up to it. Okay, and then the last state is flow. So the flow is the most important part. Like we don't want to force any of this. This is step number 5. So let me just backtrack here. I'm moving so quick. I had a couple of these. All right, number 1, isolation. Be with yourself. Number 2, intention. Set the intention for what the new reality is going to look like, having faith and knowing full well that the old reality has already started to fall away from you the moment you pulled your energy out of it. So the old is leaving so that the new can construct itself around you and you can step out into it after the phase of isolation. All right. 3rd, focus. When the doubts come, when the fears come, when the disbelief comes, focus. All right. Use your sword of discernment and decide that these things are doubts. Doubts are bull. These things are fears. Fear is an acronym standing for false evidence appearing real. That's bullshit. Okay, what was the 3rd one? Doubts, fears, disbeliefs. Okay, when the disbelief comes, this might be the toughest of all of them. When the disbelief comes, consistently bring yourself back to all of the miracles in your life. And you're like, why? I don't have a single miracle in my life. Yes, you do. Your life is a miracle. The sun rose. You're on a tiny, like, not tiny, you're on a massive ball of dirt spinning around an even larger ball of fire, hurling through space at thousands of kilometers an hour. And on that ball, you are having an individual experience so rich and so magnificent that it has been what it is to this day. So that's a miracle. Start with that. Now just look for all the miracles in your life. Like how many times has something just happened that you're just like, I can't even explain. Here's a miracle that happened to me recently. I did a yoga teacher training course in India, the other side of the planet from Canada, and I was put into the school in which I was dropped into after 2 schools bailed on me. So it just was like complete happenstance that I ended up at this school, this specific school. The roommate that I get assigned is from the very same small little city known as St. Catharines, Ontario, that I'm from on the other side of the planet in Canada. That's a miracle. I don't know how, like, what are the odds of that? It's like 1 in a billion that something like that could ever happen. That's a miracle. Now, I'm sure in your life you can come up with at least 1 miracle, all right? So if the disbelief comes, go back to the miracles and remind yourself that there's no reason to disbelieve in what you're creating. You are capable of miracles. You've manifested them before, and now you're just putting forth your power of manifestation to create a new reality around you. It's a matter of fact. It's a matter of when, not if. So that's it. That's how we create reality, our new reality. All right, so just to recap for the video, and then we're gonna call it here. The intro is maybe you're suffering, so you wanna build all new. Perfect, that's a great reason. There is actually no bad reason. If you've come to this video and for any reason you're motivated to build a new reality around you, it's a good enough reason. And then once we decide that we're gonna do that, isolate. Number 1, pull your energy out of what is old so the old can die so you can create new. Number 2, intention. Set the intention for what the new reality is going to look like, every single detail, and include as much detail as humanly possible. Have faith in those details. All right, number 3 is focus. Keep coming back to the details. Keep coming back to the feeling as if those things have already happened. And by coming back to them, your energy is going out and not participating in the old reality. It's going out and building the new reality, so that when you step out of your isolation, the new reality will be formed around you and support you and hold you and catch you so that you can live your desired intentions. All right, cool. 3 is focus, and then 4 is flow. Flow, oh, we didn't really even talk about flow. Okay, flow is essentially allowing all of this to happen. Set the intention, focus on the intention, don't get attached to the intention. Just sit back, like know that what you're bringing about is happening, and then allow it to be brought about, right? Because when your reality rearranges around you, don't get attached to any one thing that's happening. Just give it time to flow into place. Like everything is falling apart so that it can fall into place for you. As it flows into place, it's physically like a Rubik's Cube. Like if you try to solve one side of a Rubik's Cube without solving the whole cube, you will succeed, but then the rest of the cube won't be where it needs to be. So it cannot support that reality. I hope that made sense. The idea is basically just that the reality has to shift in so many ways that you're unaware of, that if you try and micromanage the way it's shifting, or you get too attached to any one shift, you're gonna mess up something much greater than what you're aware of happening in the background, and you're not gonna allow for the entire reality to fall into place in a way in which will make it sustainable and include all of the things that you've asked for in your intentions. All right, cool. So flow. You know, another word for flow is let go. You know, like if you're in a stream and you're flowing, the odds are good that you're not holding onto a rock. You're flowing with the water. You're letting everything just flow into place on its own, in its own divine timing. We're not getting too attached. We're just bearing as the witness, as the observer to this flow of energy around us, constructing our new reality. There's no force in this. Okay guys, that's reality construction. I hope this video serves you. Please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button. Let me know what you thought about the video down in the comment section. We can get a discussion going. Please stay respectful. As well, if you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me for free, you can check out my website, www.wystab.com. We can schedule a 15-minute chat and you can decide if you want to enroll for private coaching, and we can see if the fit works between the two of us and decide if it's something that could be beneficial for both of us. Okay, thanks so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.